Hi, it's your local dragon lady here with a profile that people have been asking for quite a while. It is Blue Eyes Guardragons. The reason why it's taken me a while to do this profile is because I've been waiting for certain cards to show up. I've been doing a lot of play testing and I wasn't really happy with it until today. I played at my locals and it did pretty well, all things considered. Two matches were a tie. They went to time, and two other matches, well, my side decking didn't work out all that great. I kept pulling cards that I didn't need at the time, and you know, certain field cards, well, it can hinder this deck a lot, but again, that's what side decking is for. So if you have the right cards at the right time, you can deal with a lot of situations. It is a card game after all. But without further ado, let's get this profile started. Okay, for monsters, you have the main man himself, 3 Blue Eyes White Dragons, but you're only going to have 2 Blue Eyes alts. Now, this is not your traditional Blue Eyes build, obviously. You only want the Blue Eyes alt dragon to get out, use his effect to pop a monster, which is really handy. But for the most part, you're going to be using him for linking or overlaying. He's at level 8 light, so it is very generic to get certain monsters out. For your eggs, I have 2 Whitestone of Legend and 2 Whitestone of the Ancient. I've been playing around with this ratio. This seems to work out pretty well. In my older build, when Dark Matter was legal, I had Dark Matter along with Dangers and Guardragons, and for that one, only one of each was needed. It worked really well, but now that we're not using any Dangers in this build, 2 seems to be correct, because the main point of these is to send the grave to get their effects, and of course to use World Exit Guardragon to revive and to link off. 1 World Chalice Guardragon, pretty standard, level 1, easy to link off, easy to revive with World Legacy Guardragon, and to move to a different zone and to continue linking away with your moves. 1 Destrudo, again, very standard in builds like this. He is a tuner, and say if you had a level 4 monster out, you can pay half your life points to special summon him, and you can just link off, or you can even synchro. So like, he's just amazing. 1 White Dragon and 1 Black Dragon. Yes, this engine is still alive. In the build that I was working on had 2, but of course the banless game. But it's still not that bad. You can still draw into these and just keep using their effects, using the engine to special summon, link off, and so forth. 1 Red Eyes Darkness Metal Dragon. This card is just crazy, and I'm shocked that he hasn't been hit on the ban list. But the reason why he's so busted in Guardragon builds is his effect is not a hard once per turn. So you can recycle him. So once he's special summoned, you can special summon a dragon monster from your grave to your field, or from your hand to your field. It's just, yeah, crazy. And it just extends your plays a lot, just through linking off, special summoning, and so forth. 1 Chaos Dragon Lavineer and 1 Chaos Emperor Dragon. And yes, this is the original secret rare. So these guys are really good. They're basically just free special summons to continue off with your link plays and extend your plays. 1 Amorphage Goliath. Yes, he's actually pretty useful in this build. You don't need Arc Brave to get him out at all. You don't need that combo. The reason why it works so well in the Danger build is because Dark Matter, well, he allowed you to send both of these cards at the same time. It's a little trickier today now since he's been banned, so hence I'm only using 1 of the combo, and it is pretty easy to pull off. 1 Crusadia Draco. He's a level 4, and he's basically a free special summon, because what happens is once you have a link monster on the field, you can special summon him from your hand to a zone that a link monster points to. And once again, the whole point of that is to just continue to extend your plays. And of course, he's a level 4, so you can use him to link summon into one of the Guardragons. 1 Fantastical Dragon, and the only reason I have 1 is that's all I have. I would love to get more if I could. As a hand trap, this guy's really good, and you know, if you pull it off, it allows you to draw more cards and just give you more options. For your magic, you're going to need 3 World Legacy Guardragons. This card is the bread and butter of the Guardragon deck. Once you activate it, it allows you to special summon a level 4 or lower dragon monster from your deck to the field, and It's a continuous magic card. So once per turn, you can take a dragon monster from a main monster zone and move it to a different position. And this is basically the reason why Guardragons work so well, and it is searchable. For draw power, 3 trade-in, very standard. It is an easy way to send one of your dragons from your hand to the grave if you have a way of reviving them. But drawing 2 cards, like really, there's no drawback to that. 1 Monster Reborn and just 2 Return of the Dragon Lords. Now you can having 3 of these if you want, but I found 2 have served me very well. It's great for reborning one of your blue eyes from your grave to your field to continue to extend your plays, but they also serve as great protection because numerous times I've had people use card effects to destroy all my dragons, but they can't, not with this one. So if you just banish this from your graveyard, all dragon type monsters are protected. So yes, very good card in this deck. 1 for 1, wonderful card, excellent. It's just a way of sending a card from your hand to grave and to special summon one of your eggs from the deck. So, you know, another extender. 1 Dragon Ravine, and why 1? Well, because it is searchable, and this card is practically a replacement for Dark Matter. It's a field card, and basically all you gotta do is once per turn, you can discard 1 card from your hand, any card you want, and then you can send 1 dragon monster from your deck to your grave. So this just gives you more opportunities to send stuff to your graveyard, revival, and just keep on going. 1 World Legacy Succession. I would like to have more, but so far this has served me very well. It's pretty much a reborn card, but you do need a link monster on the field to take advantage of it, which is pretty easy because you'll be having lots of links on the field. 1 Foolish Burial and 2 Dragon Shrines. You're just trying to send as many dragons from the deck to the grave as possible to activate their effects and to use other card effects to revive them and keep on linking. Last but not least, but we have Recall by the Grave. Yes, this deck suffers from hand traps. In fact, one of my biggest plays got Ash today, and unfortunately, no Call by the Grave. So, yeah, so you really, like, some people do side this. Some people say, oh, well, they don't really use many hand traps. Trust me, the fact that Blue Eyes Guardragons is super vulnerable to Ash, especially if they Ash the right card, you can derail a lot of plays. So I cannot stress this enough. You really want 3 of these in your deck. Okay, time for the extra deck, and this was very hard. I've been after changing this so many times. Some things are standard, some things I had to make some tough decisions, but this is my end result. Number 38, Hope Harbinger. He's pretty standard, and he's too good to ignore. Only need 2 level 8 monsters to make him. And once per turn, he can negate and absorb a magic card. And of course, you can detach material, and during the damage step, your opponent must target this monster for attacks. And that actually happened a lot today. People were trying to attack into my weaker monsters, remove material, and the attack had to be directed at him. So that's a good way to get life points off your opponent. 1 Ib. She is wonderful. Very easy to synchro summon and pretty standard in builds like this. Once you synchro summon, she allows you to search your deck for a World Chalice Guardragon, which is very important to make your plays. But once she leaves the field to the grave, she allows you to special summon a World Chalice monster. So you're going to be using that effect to special summon the World Chalice Guardragon from your deck or from your hand. So yes, just another way to extend your plays. 1 Hot Red Dragon. Yeah, I know it's cliche at this point, but he's basically a free negate. You're going to be using him with the effect of Guardragon Arcapane, so he's just a free special summon to give you a negate on your board. Borload Savage. Oh yeah, he's pretty much another target to use when you use Guardragon Arcapane. He gives you multiple negates, 1 per turn obviously, but the best part about him is you will be using your Sayuja Skulldread, which is a link 4. So once he's on the field, you can take Sayuja from your grave, equip him, and that will give him 4 negates. So depending on the situation, he's another good option as well. 1 Bristlewind Synchro. Oh, I just love this card so much. Now, as far as negates is concerned, he's only able to negate monster effects, But what I like about him so much is once he attacks, he just gains the attack power of the monster that you're attacking into or is being attacked by. So it doesn't really matter. So as long as he's on the field, he's just a great beat stick no matter what. One Azure Eyes. I was torn between Azure Eyes or the Blue Eye Spirit Dragon. Blue Eye Spirit Dragon is just great for negating grave effects on your opponent. That can be a little situational because not every deck relies on grave effects, but I just edged toward Azure Eyes simply because of the protection he offers. Like my whole field, like 99% of my field is gonna be dragons. So once I get him out into defense position, and you know he's very easy to get out anyway. He's a level 9 synchro. Until the end of the next turn, none of your dragons can be targeted or destroyed by card effects. So it's just to give you peace of mind if you're going first and you're not really sure what your opponent has. So sometimes I'll get him out in defense position. And of course, it's added bonus is once it gets to your standby phase, if you have a vanilla Blue Eyes in your grave, well, it's a very special summon. So yes, he can work as an extender, but my primary reason for him is just to protect my dragons in case, in case my opponent tries something funny. Okay, Link, this is the guts of it now. So Link Karibo, pretty standard. He's one of the first monsters you're going to link up to get your plays going. Got the Guardragon package, you got Elfie, Pitsy, and Argipane. Have fun with these while you can. I think these guys are going to get hit on the next ban list. That's just my hunch. In my opinion, I think they should. These guys have been breaking decks in the past few formats. If I had to pick one of them, I think LP should get a hit. Getting a free special summon from your deck, that's just crazy. Because I mean, not only does it special summon from your deck, it also pretty much searches out the red eyes and just keep going on with your play. So the guts of your extra deck. One Dragonet Knight, Romulus. He's the reason why you only need one Dragon's Ravine in your deck, because once he's special summoned, he searches at the card. So you search it, activate it, and bam, you're done. He only needs 2 dragons or wing beasts to special summon, and he has 2 arrows going down. So these are, for a dragon deck, this is pretty generic. So yes, if you can get your hands on him, definitely do so. One Heretic Seal of Heavenly Spheres. Yes, this is pretty standard in most dragon decks. It's a generic link 2 arrows pointing down, which is really, really handy. He's also the reason why you don't need Arc Brave now to, for the combo to get out a Morph Edge Goliath. Because if you're not using him to extend your play, sometimes what I do is once I have this special summon, when my opponent goes to special summon a monster or anything problematic, I will use the quick effect to tribute this monster, bounce that back to their hand, and special summon a dragon monster from my hand or my deck. And the card I typically target is my Morph Edge Goliath. Now, his defense is 0 anyway, so it won't really mean anything. But the whole point is, once you get a Morph Edge Goliath out, they can't special summon anything from the extra deck unless it's a Morph Edge monsters. So yes, that's generally the reason why I no longer have Arc Brave. One Metamorphicus. Reason why I use him is not just because it's a generic link 2 with 2 arrows, but see, the other generic link 2s I have, they require 2 dragon monsters, and you'd be surprised. There are times that you don't quite have that. Link Karibo is not a dragon, Ib is not a dragon, so if you want to link off into a generic, to just open up more spaces on your field, well, that's the reason why I have him. So there's really no restrictions when it comes to special summoning him. All you need is just 2 monsters. One Slayer to Skull Dread. Okay, this is where some of the tough decision making came. In my original build, I had 2 of them, and it really came down to, oh no, should I keep it at 2? Should I, go to 1? Well, the reason why I have it at 1 is because of Burl Sword Dragon. I mean, he's just too good, and I got him out with ease today, and just leveled my opponent's field with Burl Sword Dragon. He's practically a win condition in any deck. And Slayer to Skull Dread is so good because, well, used for link materials, you draw 4 cards and use a 3rd monster effect to, well, special summon. So it's, yes, so basically, if I were to switch out anything, I'll probably switch out Metamorphicus to put a second Slayer to Skull Dread. Never really came to that, but that's why side decking is so essential. Okay, for the side deck, the other Seared Skull Dread. Depending on what deck I'm going against, then yes, I may replace the card to put him in, but depending if I tweak this deck even further, I might take out the Lamorphicus altogether to put this in, because with two of these guys, yes, you can draw 8 cards in one turn. I've done play tests where I've done it, and in my opinion, that's why I think this card needs to get hit. Like, for the love of God, Konami, like, come on, like, do something. This card is busted. So yes, if it's going to get hit, reduce it at least to 1, if not ban altogether. But hey, we're allowed 2 right now, so it's unlimited. So yeah, running wild while I can. 3 Twin Twisters, standard. Funny story, I had an opponent who was using Necro Valley, which is quite devastating to this deck. You need to move things from your grave a lot. So in game 2, I put these 3 in, did a real good shuffle, opening hand at all 3 of these. No joke, I couldn't do anything. It was pretty funny at the time, but I was like, oh my goodness, like, yeah, you're gonna love this. 3 Twin Twisters, like, oh man, and he didn't even activate the Necro Valley. So yeah, a lot of good that did me. 3 Winged Dragon of Ra. Yes, you can go against the gate board. So like, if you lose the dice roll, you end up going second. Yes, if depending on your opponent's special summons, just get rid of 3 of their monsters, and there you go. Now this is a normal summon, so be careful if you really think you need your normal summon on during your turn. You might be able to hold off on this guy, but at the same time, if your opponent has a negate board, yeah, you really need to get rid of those monsters so at least you can go on with your plays. 3 Ash Blossoms. Hand traps, very standard. I don't really main deck hand traps as much anymore, but yes, depending on what deck you're going against, it's good to put these in. 3 Infinite Impertinence. Same reason as the Ash Blossom. It's good to have some hand traps to negate any effects that will stop you from doing your plays. 2 Solemn Judgment. I wanted to put 3 in, but the third one that I have is a first edition from Metal Raiders, mint condition. So yeah, I wanted to keep that in the in the protective case. But 2 has been doing pretty good, and yeah, depending what they go against, it can stop anything. It's the cure-all for anything that you don't want to happen on the field. And that, my dragons, is my Blue Eyes Guardragon deck. I liked how it turned out. It plays very easily. The combos are very fluid. Dead hands are very, very rare, even though I did get one today at the locals. But other than that, though, I have really, really good hands. Just depending on the situation, it just gets restricted. The most notable restriction I had would be against zombies. We all know about Zombie World, and it turns everything in your hand and your field grave into zombies. So, yeah, when cards say that you need to target dragons, and not much you can do, but that's what the Twin Twisters are for. But what do you think? Like, what would you change in this? What would you add? What would you remove? Do you play Guardragons? Oh, what kind of a dragon deck do you use them in? Because there are plenty. But hey, whatever you play, just remember to be a good sport. Play the game, not the fame. See ya! Thanks for watching! If you like what you see, subscribe and be sure to click on the bell for notifications. You can also check me out on Facebook. The link is in the description below. Happy dueling!